Hello Taurus, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Taurus for the next 3 months. So this will cover the period of time between October, November, and December. This would be Q4 or Q4 if you are more of a business person. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now I'm using the Gilded Tarot, the Kipper Oracle deck, as well as the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, we do have the Four of Pentacles reversed. I don't use reversals, but pretty sure, like, let's see here. Yeah, like all of these cards are upright. Yeah, like all of these cards are upright. So that's interesting. We're gonna keep it. Do hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. And you just take 3 of these tarot cards here to clarify. I think we're just about looking good enough to me. All right. Cool. Energy on the bottom. You have the, you have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is about some type of intense focus, potentially, that you might have on something. I'll tell you what, some of you are clinging on to the feeling of loss, okay? Or some of you are clinging on to something because you fear losing something. Like that, this is probably going to be the main theme for you over the next 3 months, or maybe just a portion of the 3 months. It's not, you're not like doom and gloom. It doesn't mean you're going to have a bad 3 months. Doesn't mean the year's going to end on a bad note. But there is something here that you are holding on to and you're deeply focused on. And in fact, I think the word maybe might be fixated. I think you're fixated on something, Taurus. So you have the Tower in your reading. So the Tower is associated with Mars, the planet Mars. Here's the thing. I've been telling pretty much every sign this for these quarterly readings, but the star of the show astrologically is Mars, because Mars goes retrograde in October. Mars is currently in Gemini, and it will be in Gemini until March of 2023. So it's like a 7-month transit in Gemini. Pretty incredible because of the retrograde action of Mars. So what does that mean? Well, this is really not a time to burn bridges. This is really not a time to, if you can avoid a confrontation, like an unnecessary confrontation, I would really recommend that, particularly because you have this Tower moment here in your reading. I'll talk about that more. It's nothing to be afraid of. I just get the sense that could get a little dicey this for the rest of this year in terms of communication. For everybody, not just you, but for everybody. So just keep that in mind. But let's dive in here. So you're fixated on something. You're maybe like extremely focused on something. In the overall or the current situation, you have this 4 of Cups. Some of you might be a little bit bored here. The 4 of Cups refers to boredom. And it can, well, there's a couple things. It can refer to boredom, okay? This person is like focused or fixated in this case on these 3 cups. There might have been something with other people here that you can't get out of your mind, because the 3 of Cups connects to your social circle, which you can see the 3 of Cups card in the grass on the 4 of Cups card. The thing is, be careful that you're not so fixated on something that you miss out on an opportunity here, because the 4 of Cups really asks you to be careful that you're not missing out on something. The other thing is the 4 of Cups says, like, maybe you're in a period of reflection. Some of you might want to really reflect on how you want the year to close out for you, like how you want the rest of the year to go. That might be a really healthy expression of the 4 of Cups in this case. I would say maybe reflect on where you want 2022 to end, or how you want 2022 to end. And sometimes that's out of our control, right? There are some things out of our control, but there are things that are in our control. Our habits, namely, is the big one. And so in the problem position, you do have the Death card. This is about transformation. It's Scorpio energy. Of course, Scorpio season will be here soon. We're just at the start of Libra season as this is coming out, but Scorpio season will be here. And the death card, though, so, there might be something towards the end of October into November here that goes on for you, connected to another person, and also maybe connected to what you're fixated on. The death card really says that you're ready for a transformation, but it's in the problem position. You're holding on to something. Okay, you're holding on to something strongly here. And, it's almost like the cards are saying embrace the transformation. Be careful of being fixated so much that you don't welcome in your healing, or that you miss out on welcoming your healing into your life. And so that's a message that I'm also coming in there, that's coming in for you, which is this idea of, so just to sort of round out this first couple of cards here, be careful of being, I guess is what I would say, is be careful of being so fixated on something that you don't miss out. That's like the biggest thing. Because of that, the reason I think you're so fixated is because you're concerned about losing something. In the past, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of marriage. This is a card of stability, structure, foundations, achievements. It can also talk about a new start in your life in addition to all of that, because marriage in life is a new start. Marriage with another person is a new start in life. And so, for some of you here, some of you might be holding on to a long-term connection. Maybe you are married to this person, or maybe you're not. But this person might be long-term. Some of you may be holding on to this. Some of you may be feeling bored in this connection. Some of you are fixated on, like, what do I do with this person? What do I do with this connection? How do I handle this? I also think that for some of you here, on a much, much different level, it's not connected to relationships. I think the other thing that's showing up is you've been successful. You have achieved some nice things here in the past. You've done a good job. And like, obviously I can tell you that, but it doesn't matter if I tell you that. You have to bring that in for yourself. You have to tell yourself that. And if anything, I think for some of you, you may need to take a step back and reflect, okay? Like, you may need to really reflect here and say, like, okay, am I doing enough? Have I done enough? Have I pushed something to the max? Have I pushed something to the edge? Something like that. In the future, you do have this Ace of Pentacles. You'll get a new start here in this next 3 months, or maybe, the new start will begin to form here in the next 3 months. Ace of Pentacles can talk about, like, getting a business off the ground. It can talk about, planting a seed of abundance. Eventually, so the Ace of Pentacles is like the beginning stages of major abundance. It is not major abundance yet, but it's the beginning stages. It's like that seed that you plant that can eventually grow into the Ten of Pentacles. And you need to start with the Ace, right? Everything starts with the Ace, at least as far as the minor arcanas are concerned. And so for some of you here, you are planting the seed, you are getting this new start, you are getting, beginning on something. The thing is, try not to fixate so much, because that might actually put you, the over-fixation, that might actually put you out of alignment to where you actually want to go. In the area of your thoughts, this is what's on your mind or in your consciousness here, you do have the Empress card. The Empress does refer to the mother. It is the mother archetype. It's also Venus energy. We've got interesting Venus movement here as well. I do believe Venus is in retrograde right now, and it might be in retrograde for some time here. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, it's not retrograde. It did just move into Libra, though. Off the top of my head, I don't know if we're going to get a Venus retrograde this year. We might. Or another one, I'm not sure. But you might, if you want to check that out, you can. Anyway, this is Venus as a planet. It refers to wealth, luxury, beauty, the finer things in life, maybe fire things, and love, all of those sorts of things, matters of the heart. The Empress can bring those areas of your life those areas into your life. This is also a sign of major abundance. So it is most importantly a major abundance card in the tarot. I do think that with this Ace of Pentacles here, whatever seed you're planting looks very good. It looks very, very nice for you in this next 3 months. Now, in the subconscious, what you can't see, or the hidden, you do have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles says that you have a major talent in your life. You have a major skill. You are capable of building something great. You're capable of building something amazing. And you're talented. You have a lot to bring to the table. You have a lot to offer the world, and it can refer to positive movement forward or good developments in work. And so, I feel like for some of you, like, you have really done a lot of skill development, especially because we have this Magician card as the outcome, which is very good for you. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician card, it's like you have all of the tools, like you have all the skills. And so for some of you, you may just not be giving yourself credit here. You may be fixated on something, and it's like you could just turn your attention somewhere else. And or you could, instead of fixating on something that is maybe not going to lead to a like a ton of positives or benefits, you could turn your attention to the tools that you have, the skills that you have, and you could really use that to plant the seed and get something off the ground here. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, way that you are influencing the situation, you do have the Five of Cups. This is about being disappointed, okay? Again, we see the symbolism here. Look, the Three of Cups card on the Five of Cups again. Some of you, there's been a disappointment in like a social situation or within your social group here, or there will be in the next 3 months. But what the Five Cups asks you to do is to really remain positive. Okay, look on the bright side. There are 2 cups behind this person overflowing, especially if you feel like you're just not finding the love that you want in your life. Know that there's always, the love is out there. I know that's like a cliche thing, but it's true. It's really true. It's just a matter of you doing the best that you can to get yourself in alignment with what you actually want, instead of getting yourself in alignment or acting in a way that draws what you don't want into your life. That's the important thing that I feel like guided to tell you. In the external influence, you do have the Tower, again, Mars energy here, so there might be some shocks that come in for you here. This has been coming in for a lot of people, over this next quarter. It's like there might just be, I don't know, maybe there's world events. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, who knows? Not trying to put any negative vibes out there. Who knows? But the Tower says that something that we thought was solid actually wasn't. It's a false belief. The Tower is the collapse of a false belief. And so the thing is, with that though, in order for you to find truth, that is, in order for you to find actual solid beliefs, any false belief has to fall. Okay, it has to collapse. In order for you to connect to the truth, you need to rid yourself of any false belief. And so the Tower actually, as challenging as it is a blessing in disguise, because it does show us what is not working and where we should go, where we should be going. So do keep that in mind. If there are situations here over the next 3 months where like, man, like what is going on here? Like, why did this happen? My world feels like it's, being upended here. Many times those are spiritual situations that allow us to kind of get us on our path, or on the path of truth. In the hopes and fears, you do have this Four of Cups reversed. Again, I'm pretty sure my cards are all upright, and so this is interesting how this, and I don't read reversals, but it's so interesting. Look, this person feels like they're going to lose their money, okay? In reverse, they're really, really, really holding on. But they're upside down, so the pentacles are probably going to fall out. So here's the deal. What happens if you lose one pentacle? You've got 3 left. You've got 3 left. Now, again, dealing with that can be challenging, but for some of you, as this is showing up here in the hopes and fears, this is something that's really that you're fixated on, probably your money situation, or probably this, you're looking to plant the seed, you're looking to get this thing off the ground, and you're holding on to when it will come, how it will happen, how it will look. Detaching from that is going to be very important. In the outcome, you have the Magician. So this is a major energy of manifestation. The Magician is the master manifester in the tarot. This is somebody who has all the tools in the palm of their hand, as you see here. They have all 4 elements of the tarot right in between their hands, and they can use this to manifest whatever it is that they want. But the part that gets lost is manifestation requires action. So you must take action to make this happen, right? And I think you're ready to do that, okay? But I think it's removing any fixation on something that's not supporting you and moving that fixation to something that is, especially as it results as it relates to this seed that you're planting here. Let's take a look at these 3 tarot cards to clarify. You have the 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. So all 3 cards here coming in the clarifications are Wands cards. Wands connects to work. This is very heavily associated with work and your connection to work here over the next 3 months. I love that you have the 7 into the 8 of Wands. There's competition here. There's something where you have to stand your ground, but it will work. It will work out because the 8 of Wands is like something good movement forward, just like the 8 of Pentacles is. It is progress. It is things moving quickly. It's things getting unstuck, the end of delay, and the start of, bringing in what you've been looking to bring in. These 2 cards, though, 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands, travel cards. Do you have any other ones? No. But you do have these 2 travel cards here. Wouldn't be surprised if you have some work-based travel or maybe you're taking a business trip or you're doing a conference or something. 3 of Wands is all about growth and expansion. And I do see growth here for you with this Ace of Pentacles in the future and the fact that you have a ton of talents that you've accumulated here with the 8 of Pentacles and the Magician. Let's go and see what's here. So you have, wow, sudden wealth, official person, and message. It's almost like stop stressing because, you have good news on the way in multiple forms. You have the 8 of Wands and the message card with the sudden wealth energy. There's good news on the way for you in the next 3 months. And, the official person, I connect back to human resources or HR. And so for some of you, it's like, stop stressing here because it seems like things will work out and things are on the way. You have the strength, passion, and isolation. Clearly your strength is your passion. The fixation that I'm describing could really just be another way of saying that you actually care about something and that you're actually passionate about it. Isolation, don't let whatever happened between you and other people lead you to hermit mode too much or withdrawal from the world. There's a lot out there and there's a lot of people that you can meet and there's a lot of things you can do. So just keep that in mind. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.